The Ben Davis and Kelly K Show podcast on demand.
You ever have one of those issues and you're like, man, I don't know who to ask, but everybody around me is kind of too close to the situation. So you come to us, you message us, we'll toss it out to the group, see what we can do for you, all right?
We call it group therapy.
Sure. Good morning.
Good morning.
Okay, so we're going to keep you anonymous as you requested. And when we read this, it's unbelievable. So I'm going to stop talking and let you kind of tell us what you're dealing with right now.
So, I live in southern Indiana, but I'm from a small town in southeast Kentucky.
Okay.
Anyway, I gave birth to a beautiful baby who is now 7 months old.
Oh, congratulations.
Thank you. About a month after my daughter was born, this bizarre, crazy rumor went around that I actually had twins.
You had twins?
Yeah.
Okay.
But get this, that I adopted out the disabled child and kept the healthy baby.
Hang on. Okay, so you said there's a rumor that started going around that you actually had two babies. One of them was disabled. You adopted that baby out and kept the other?
Yeah, and I mean, that's just ridiculous. It's obviously not true.
Right.
And I, the one giving birth, would have definitely noticed another baby coming out of me.
Wow. Yeah. So how did you find out about this rumor? How did this start?
Well, I started getting these messages after I posted my daughter's picture on Facebook from people back home in Kentucky asking, "Where's my other baby? Where's my other baby?" And they hope that the other baby never finds out, and how rude and stuff like that.
That is wild.
So, I mean, outright rudeness from these people, weird questions from these people, okay, now it's not funny anymore. It's no longer funny.
Yeah.
I really don't know how to prove the non-existence of this other baby they made up, or, I mean, some people seem intent on believing what they want to believe.
Has you're married, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so what's your husband doing? Has he said anything about it?
Oh my God, he is really upset. He's outraged, and he's even considered a legal recourse. You know,
right.
But it's hard because we can't trace who started the rumor.
My gosh, that is wild.
Yeah. So my question is how can I clear my name? I mean, I'm not going to post my medical information on freaking social media,
right.
Facebook, but
right.
I really don't know. How do I clear my name?
You're like, guys, look, there's a birth certificate. I had one baby. Here it is. Man, that is the most bizarre thing I have heard in a while.
Who does that? Who makes up rumors like that?
I'm thinking, do you have any beef with old high school peers or group of mean girls or something that is just out to get you? I don't understand this.
If we still have beef after all these years, that's
on them, right?
Yeah, I haven't lived there for a while. So.
Right. Well, hang on, because we got we have smart listeners, and I'm sure someone who's way more smarter than me or Kelly can chime in with maybe just a, hey, this is what you should do. We'll try to help you out. Okay.
Awesome. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Riblets Chrissy for the win. She says post the ultrasound.
Yeah, several
people do that as part of their baby announcements.
Right. Several people on Facebook are already saying that too. Like Kylie, hey, maybe if you have an ultrasound picture that isn't too revealing, post that and maybe a little statement. And then, Chelsea's ultrasound picture maybe. Documentation from the doctor that there was indeed only one baby in utero. I mean, and she then says, I'm having twins and it's definitely noticeable. People are insane. Yeah. I mean, like,
Okay, yeah. I like that idea because, the ultrasound right there, that's not going to put like all your personal medical information out there. And a
Yeah.
lot of people actually do that anyway as part of their baby announcement.
Yeah, and I mean, I gotta think that she has an ultrasound that shows both. Oh, I'm sorry, that wouldn't show both. That would just show one.
Exactly, yes.
Because I know that there are some ultrasounds that just show one baby when there's actually two. But there are,
That should be enough, though, for most people who have heard this rumor to be like, oh, all right, well, that's weird. Why did somebody say that? Because and I understand why she's so upset. I mean, that makes her look like an awful person.
Yeah.
To think that she had two babies. Well, that one is less than perfect, so I'm going to give that one away.
Yeah. Leanne says, why does she have to prove anything to anyone? Well, I mean,
that's true, but I get,
sure,
why
I get that
she's
too.
upset with getting all of these messages and this reputation where she grew up that she kind of, did this.
If you've got a better suggestion than the ultrasound picture, would love to hear that. But I think that's what we're saying at this point.
That's
all right?
a really good idea.
Yeah. 502-571-9970. That's the phone number. Or you can always chime in via text or at Ben and Kelly Show. Group therapy is wild. A listener reached out to us and is like, hey, do you have any suggestions on how to squash a rumor on the internet? The rumor is, Kelly, I'll let you explain this one.
Well, the rumor was that she didn't give birth to just one baby, that she actually had twins. One had some sort of disability, and she gave that one away, gave it up for adoption, and kept the healthy baby. And it's just not true. She just had one baby, and she can't seem to figure out where in the heck this rumor started, but it's kind of like she's getting all these messages from people from her hometown, which is pretty small, who, they all think she's an awful person for doing this. Like, why are you selectively keeping a healthy baby and giving another one that's less than perfect away? And she obviously doesn't want people thinking that's the case.
Yeah.
Gina said, I was going to ask if there was a jealous ex.
Yeah.
But you're married. This is bizarre. Someone is completely jealous. My best advice is to ignore it. But I understand if you can't. Someone suggested posting ultrasound pictures. That's a great idea, but you're under zero obligation to prove yourself. They could say it's doctored, but at this point, just try that and stay close to the people who truly have your back.
Yeah, I did see someone, I can't remember if this person had texted us or had messaged us, but said, most hospital records will say just like single birth. Right, yeah. Exactly. Mm-hmm. So if maybe if it's worth it to you, you just maybe post that little part of the thing in the comments. Maybe, I don't know. I mean, but like that's I've seen,
it's so bizarre.
Yeah, I've seen some wild things on Facebook. So whatever you do is not going to be anything no one has seen before. So.
Well, yeah, Jenny said stuff like this can be so hard to kill. Once people believe it, they often won't change their mind, even with absolute proof. I think if I were in your shoes, I'd focus on the people in your life who are being rational, kind humans. This can be an opportunity to have a strong circle of friends who know you, who will be there for you and your new kiddo. I'm hoping for the very best for you. And then Tanya is like, I was kind of in the same situation. She says in 2006, I was at work, had to leave, went to the ER, had a gallbladder removed, but rumors started that I had a baby, even though my tubes were tied 4 years earlier.
You know what? Now that you say that, there was a rumor in my high school that a girl who was in my grade, she took a period of time off from coming into school, and man, the rumors were like,
people thought she had a baby.
Oh, had a baby, yeah. And
wow.
and come to think of it, like I don't remember what ever happened with that, but that is weird how that stuff starts.
Well, gossip is so toxic, and social media makes it so easy to do.
Tish says, she could post some medical evidence or some sort, but she won't ever convince people. So it's best just to forget about it and let people carry on. They will eventually move on to the next ridiculous thing. Or she could say, time to come clean. I had to give up my other baby because it was born as a dinosaur and I wasn't equipped to handle that.
I love it. Well, I mean, at the very least, I think she could just post something out, just put something out there to say, hey, there's this ridiculous rumor. I'm completely enraged and offended that someone would make up something so vile about me. Just make a statement about it and just say, listen, whoever you are, I hope you can sleep at night because this is awful and it's not true.
All right. So, there you go.
Here's my ultrasound.
I think ultrasound's the way to go.
That's the best way to do it.
Just blur out like any personal information that may be on there before you post
that. Would be enough for a lot of people, I think.
But yeah. Maybe even like a semi-snarky comment that is just like, people were wondering, here's my beautiful single baby in the womb or whatever, whatever your baby's name is or whatever,
Exactly. Because I think there's would be a lot of other reactions too, just like our listeners are reacting to this.
Yeah.
If for people that maybe hadn't heard it to be, jumping on board saying, who in the heck would do that? Make up such an awful rumor.
Right. All right. You can hear the original call and post up what you want if you'd like at Ben and Kelly Show.